Also, to continue talking about these tools that and techniques that can use or can be used when controlling the quality is quality audits and compliance monitoring. So, quality audits are essential part of monitoring the quality management. They help organizations to confirm whether the established quality processes are being followed and whether the deliverables meet the predefined standards. Audits also uncover the potential inefficiencies, ensuring continuous process improvement. So, in this session, we'll focus on these key concepts and tools. We'll talk about the quality audits as a structured and independent review process. We'll also look at its purpose to ensure the adherence to these quality standards. We'll see also how it will be conducted, whether it's internally or externally by a third party or third auditors. Um, we'll also look at how to align with the to align with the quality audits with the quality assurance processes as PMI framework. And to start with understanding the types of let's say quality audits. So we already understood what exactly quality audits. We say that they help the organization to confirm whether the established quality processes are being followed, whether the deliverables meet the predefined standards. And these audits also we talked about saying they could uncover the potential inefficiencies, ensuring the continuous process improvement. And to start with the first type here, we have the process audits, the product audits, the system audits, and compliance audits. There are different types of quality audits depending on what aspect of the project is being evaluated. Some of them focuses on the processes while other assess the final deliverables or system-wide compliance. And these audits help ensuring that the project remains on track, compliant, and efficient or efficient. The process audit here to start with, it assesses where or whether the project processes comply with the standards. We also have the product audits, and product audits let's say conducted to ensure the final deliverables meet the quality specifications. We also have the system audits, and system audits it's used to evaluate the entire quality management system for the compliance. Finally, we have this compliance audit. So compliance audit it's been conducted to ensure the regulatory and legal requirements are met. So these are the common tools that you might face when let's say conducting a quality audits. It depends again on the project itself. Might have some safety audits, some it depends on the project industry that you're working with. For example, in construction industry, might need these safety protocols and compliance audits to ensure the materials and safety protocols align with the regulatory standards. And so yeah, so depends on the industry or let's say project that you are running. Sure that you pick one of these or whatever related audits to ensure that it's remaining or keeping your project safe and on track with ensuring that it's compliant and efficient. Conducting the internal and external audits. So I already have mentioned that we are going to cover, but let's first understand the internal and external audits. So audits can be conducted internally or externally, depending on the need. So internal audits provides a proactive quality control, while external audits ensure unbiased evaluation. So both of these types require a clear planning, execution, and implementation. Let's understand these key concepts as part of the internal and external audit. So internal audits, think of these audits who conducts or these audits which is conducted by in-house quality teams. And these external audits, we already mentioned that it's been conducted by a third party auditors. Maybe you don't have, say, enough in-house quality teams or enough editors, so or you're afraid of having a bias of the evaluation results, so you decide to go and hire an external audits, which is a third party. Um, it's take it in terms of project management. So an audit or an audit planning as part of the project, let's say life cycle, which is audit planning. Let's say it audits the defining the scope, the schedules, and responsibilities. When it comes to the audit execution, they collect the data, they review the procedures, and they analyze the compliance. Finally, they let's say they do audit reporting to let's say to refine and to collect and to uh, combine all of these data that were collected and review the procedures with the results and the results of analyzing these compliance. So audit reporting, it's the last step here where the as an auditor you document all of the findings and recommend the corrective actions to ensure that whatever audits are meeting the let's say the requirements or meeting the specification that we're planned to achieve. When we look into one of these important and famous compliance industry standards, like we have the ISO 9001, which is global standards for the quality management system. Also, we have the PMI quality framework, and this framework is used to ensure the quality is integrated into all of the project management activities. We also have this famous and very important with high impact industry standard and compliance, which is the regulatory compliance. And regulatory compliance, it focuses on ensuring adhering to the laws, industry norms, and company policies, or the international policies, or let's say the country policies, depend on the project nature. We also have these quality checklist, and quality checklist, it helps teams to track the compliance systematically. So again, compliance with the quality standards ensures that the organizations meet the regulatory and industry requirement. And this reduces the risks and improves the credibility and enhances the customer satisfaction. Here's some of these tools and let's say ITTO's tools, inputs, and techniques for the quality audits, which you can understand for your PMP exam. You don't have to memorize them, but just understand how to apply them in order to help you as part of the quality control process. So every audit requires a predefined inputs, tools, and outputs. Using these structured ITTOs ensures that the methodological approach leading to a valuable insight for the quality improvement. And some of these inputs, it can start by reviewing the quality management plan as part of the planning phase, also the project documents, including the process reports and the deliverables. What else we have, as well as we have the OPAs, like the policies and audit templates that you need to follow and to fill as part of your audit reporting. You need to let's say to fill audit templates that has been specified for the organization itself. Tools here and techniques to conduct a quality audit. You can use checklists and root cause analysis, as we have discovered earlier, to understand the root causes of the issues. Also, you may do interviews and inspection stakeholders or the end users to understand these hidden gaps within the processes and inefficiencies. And again, the outputs here for the quality control or the quality audits would include the audit reports, change requests, and these change requests, it might be needed to be implemented directly into the project in case of the quality or the quality audit has discovered one of these non-compliance with one of these important legal standards. So you as a project manager, you have to apply or you have to accommodate these changes immediately to avoid any legal consequences or fines on the project impacting the organization itself. So one of these outputs can include the change requests, also to document the lessons learned so you or the future project managers can learn from these lessons were captured. When talking about identifying the nonconformities, so we already have also talked about the nonconformances. Non-conformities must be identified and categorized and resolved through a corrective or preventive action, and this ensures the project quality remains intact. So, first, let's understand there are two types of non-conformance. So, we have major and minor non-conformance. So, the major non-conformance is significant deviations that impact the project quality. And the minor non-conformance here is you can think of the small processes or the small process deviations that requires, let's say, a corrective actions. And let's here identify between two important topics here between the corrective versus preventive action. Corrective action, it's being implemented to fix an existing issues. Okay. And preventive actions, on the other hand, it's used to proactively prevent the future issues. Let's now look into these corrective and preventive actions. Corrective actions fix these immediate problems, while the preventive actions help ensuring long-term quality. An organization must continuously refine their quality management processes to ensure that they have a corrective action plan, a preventive let's say, strategies. So the key concept here we're gonna cover it's the corrective actions plan, which is the CAP. And this corrective action plan, it's like a step or the plan that includes these steps taken to address the identified nonconformities or issues. And the preventive strategies, it's updating by updating the company or the organizational policies and training the staffs to prevent the future issues. Also, let's talk about the root cause analysis again here by identifying and underlying the causes of the quality failures. So, based on that, you can assign it as a corrective action or preventive strategy. The quality audit documentation and reporting as the final step here when doing quality audits, which is very important now to document these findings. Documenting the audit results ensures the transparency, accountability, and also the continuous process enhancement and improvement. Quality reports provide a valuable insight for the future projects. And these key, let's say, points that it has to be highlighted when, let's say, reporting these audits or part of the audit documentation is like the audit logs, which track the findings, the actions, and resolutions. You also have this non-conformance reports, and that will document all of the deviations and the corrective steps were taken to, let's say, to resolve these or to prevent these non-conformities. We also have to have this quality improvement report where it provides a recommendation for the continuous improvement to resolve these non-conformities. So again, we start by identifying findings and let's say finding the root causes and the recommended resolution. After that, you let's say categorize them into preventive and to let's say um, corrective actions. Based on that, you need to ensure that this quality improvement or the quality action is being followed to ensure that you have a continuous improvement within your processes and within your organization, meeting the quality, let's say, requirements and the quality control process needs. Here are some of these most of the popular challenges that you might face when conducting quality audits. Audits can face the resistance and the resource limitations, or maybe sometimes documentation gaps. To overcome these organizations, the organization must foster a culture of quality awareness. And by educating the stakeholders about to report these issues and to feel comfortable about reporting some of these quality issues that could resolve this resistance from the teams and the stakeholders issue. Also, one of these challenges is lack of documentation. This lack of documentation, including the missing records, which can make audits difficult. So, in case that you went to audit one of these financial organizations and they have, let's say, less financial documents where you can't, let's say, take or make a decision about a corrective action or you cannot identify the problem or the root causes. So, lack of documentation is one of these most important things that all of the organization must let's say, work on resolving immediately. As well as these limited resources and as one of these challenges where the time and budget constraints can affect the audit depth. So again, that is why when we talked about, let's say, having a third or external audits to cover this gap or to cover or to deal with this challenge if you don't have the enough time, uh, you know, or the enough, let's say, experienced teams to conduct the your um, internal audit. So you might hire, an external audit to complete the audits to, let's say, to report you with the results that were found. To summarize our session on this very important concept, when we talked about these quality audits provide a valuable insight that helps improve the processes and prevents the future issues and enhance the overall product success. By integrating these lessons learned leads to a sustainable improvement and continuous improvement by applying all of the audit's finding and, let's say, applying the corrective actions that is related to these, let's say, findings. We also talked about proactive quality management by preventing the defects instead of fixing them later. Ensure that you involve the stakeholders to ensure a smooth audit execution and, let's say, the implementation of the corrective actions or recommended actions that, let's say, solves or were covered during the quality audits.